What's up, guys? Playing some rapid chess on chess.com and explaining the thought process. Okay, knight c3. We're playing the Scandinavian. We're going to take the pawn. They play d4. Interesting move. I guess we can take that. Or maybe I'll go bishop f5, because in some cases you can actually jump the knight over here, and it's kind of annoying for them to stop. In fact, I might do that. Because how are you going to defend this? Now, of course, you can go bishop d3, but then, oh, they want to go back this way? Is that... Wait a minute. So if I go c6, they go back. b5, they go back. I can try to get the bishop. a3, they take me. If we go knight c6, what's happening with d5? No, they still have to defend this, I think, right? So they would still go back. And then what? e6. They castle. Then they're going to chase. I didn't think they could actually get away with this. Maybe they can. So defending with the bishop this way. I don't know. I really feel like I should play this. But then where does my knight go after a3? I guess I have to go back to d5. That's a little awkward if this knight jumps in. No, but we would... Do we have any special tactics here? I'm torn. I'm really torn. Okay, I'm going to play c6. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. They're going to chase me next move. I'm going to have to go back here probably. But I guess it's not the end of the world. We can still play this position. Okay. Let's see. Bishop goes to d6 maybe. Setting up for some checkmate ideas in the future. What's up, Steven? Hey, Rob. How you guys doing? Okay, bishop g5. Okay. I think I'm just going to go here and line up on the h2 pawn. And if they play h3, I think we talked about this last week, actually, or yesterday. This is a hook. They're not going to do it, right? They're not going to make it easy for me. But maybe I just go and attack this, then kind of force the issue there. Alternatively, I can develop this first, but yeah, we actually got to be careful, because if the knight doesn't have a place to go... Okay, I think I'm going to play a really crazy move here. Should I play a crazy move? I'm going to play a crazy move. Why am I playing king f8? I want to get away from these pins. Because with 2 pins, my pawns actually weren't stopping this push. Now they are. So that's a big deal. Normally, you don't want your rook stuck here. But in this case, I'm going to try to attack. And I actually think I do want the rook over here. So that's why I'm allowing this. Knight e5 is interesting. Mr. Nelgen, hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for the birthday super chat. Yesterday was my birthday, guys, if you didn't know. Okay, well, we have to answer the question, first of all, guys. Do we have a fork, right? Because it kind of looks like it. It kind of just looks like we have a fork. Any fancy tactics that White's going to pull on me here? No, right? We just fork the pieces. We go here, we attack the pieces. I mean, I don't see it. I think they might have missed this. Yeah, you can attack that if you want. I'm just going to go back. Still have a fork. That's not going anywhere. Okay, so if I take this way, they might have some fancy queen f3 shenanigans. You guys see that? So I think I actually do need to take this way to make sure my bishop stays defended, which is fine. And I still have the fork here. Wow, this guy just played g4. Okay, so he's basically saying, if you try to move your bishop, then I can trade my knight. Is he really going to play f3? I mean, this just looks crazy to me. f3. So I could make him play f3 and then go back, or I could go back right away. So which way would we rather do it is the question. I think f3 is actually a weakening move. Let me think about it. I could be wrong. Let's see. So let's say he takes and tries to come here with the rook. No, then we're going to have this really big threat. He's probably going to play something like h4. So let's say he plays h4. Would I rather the pawn be on f3 or not? Yeah, actually I would, because then I can go here. Although that's a little bit scary, huh? h4 is what I expect. How do we attack? There's got to be a way to attack this guy. Okay, I'm gonna go here. I think it's probably a weakening move. I think it's probably a weakening move. Now, let's think about this. Options are leave it, or we go back, let him trade, and attack here. I can also try to defend this. I just don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. What if I take? He takes, I take. He moves his bishop. I don't know. I kind of like opening up the H file, but I'm worried about this. Oh, guys, I don't know what to do. So let's say I take. He takes. I take. He takes this. No, then I take his bishop, so he can't do that. So if I take, I get a check. That looks pretty good. Takes, takes, takes. So he's going to move his bishop. That gives me one move to do something. Then he's going to take. I can play like knight c6. You know, that's probably the best thing. Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. Okay. And I realize I'm spending a lot of time, but my opponent has not stopped playing bullet chess. So I don't know what to tell you guys about that. Okay, so I can take this. He's going to check me. I can run. He's going to bring a rook. I can play... What could I play? Run over here, maybe? Ah, I have bishop f4. I have bishop f4. Okay. Let's take it. So we're up a piece, okay? We're up a piece at the moment. If we don't get checkmated, we're fine. Here, we've got bishop f4. Here, I think... What will I play? Okay, that's easy. Bishop f4. No brainer. This is not going anywhere. Oh, he pushes? No, this is... I mean, this is good for me, right? How's he going to get through this? There's no way, dude. All right. So let's just develop the pieces. Let's just develop the pieces. I don't see what white's going to do now. I mean, look at his king. Okay. All right. Obviously, we can't take it. Maybe they want to sack. So I could swing over and stop that, or I could let him sack. I could kind of tuck my king here. We could play h5 at some point. I think I'll just tuck my king. Threaten the queen. Get away from any shenanigans that might happen later here. Get away from any of this. Okay, well, this just looks awful for them. My rook comes over. Now we can play h5. We can even go queen f7 here and just take control. Yeah, no, this is going to be winning. In fact, I think I will do that. So now they can't go there. We're threatening to force a trade, or maybe even checkmate the king. And we're up a rook, which I will be activating soon. We'll go h5 first, and after they go here, I'll think I'll go queen f4. Or maybe I'll push it. I don't know. Yeah, this looks simple enough. Okay. Not surprised there. I don't know. They were playing way too fast. They weren't even thinking about anything. They were just making moves and hoping it worked out, and it didn't work out. So I don't know. This was a good idea, though, bishop a4. I didn't think about that. Thought they were going to have to go bishop d3 and let me take it. But we got into a nice position. Let's see. Yeah, Stockfish doesn't like my idea. Yeah, but this fork, it's not really a good idea because they had g4. Oh, but they had to play g4 earlier. Now it's... Wait a second. So here g4 is good for them. Because I don't have bishop e4. They just take it. I guess I have to go back. And then they can go queen f3, pin the pawn. And only then trade. And then the rook comes down and I'm losing. Wow. This doesn't look that bad for me, but I guess it is. I guess it is. You just go here. The bishop's going to hit my king. He's got two rooks. Wow, that's fascinating. Okay. Anyway, so they got the order wrong. Played g4 now. Actually, this is good for me. And Stockfish says I should have gone back and not been afraid. Oh, you can't play h4 because the bishop's hanging. I forgot about the bishop hanging. They have to save the bishop, which does give me time to come in and attack the king. Okay, so I missed a few details on that one. I missed a few details. All right. Here we go. e4. Okay, I don't like playing the Alekhine, so I'm going to hope that they play d5 here. Oh, perfect. And now we transpose to something that I'm familiar with. This Black-Mardamer gambit. This is very similar to the von Hennig gambit that I play against the Caro-Kann, except there's no pawn on c6, obviously. But the positions are kind of similar, and I like playing this way. So this kind of puts me in my comfort zone here. And they go g6. Okay, so yeah, this setup I have to be careful with because I have gotten into trouble against this because I tend to be a little bit too crazy. So how can I not be too crazy? Let me think. Let's go bishop e2. Let's go knight e5. And I'm sort of setting up to throw these pawns forward. Yes, looks like we could do it now. Also could slow down just a little bit and play like bishop e3 first. Or I can just go for it. g4, h4, h5. So what's black going to do? Probably try to play c5. Yeah, so the bishop on e3 would be useful. Kind of stops that idea. So let's go ahead and do that. And of course, I could also castle this way and attack on the f-file. So I'm really keeping my options open on how I'm going to attack the king. He goes for that. Maybe I just trade it off, or do I leave it? Takes, and there's a queen here. No, we're not going to leave it. I think we just take. He's going to take with the bishop, and then I have to decide. queen d2 and castle, or something else. Yeah, let's do that. Queen d2, castle queenside, launch the attack. I think this is a smart way to play. So we're down a pawn, but I mean, when we're attacking opposite sides, being down a pawn probably doesn't make a big difference. Okay, so I'm going to blockade this h-pawn, guys, because I really want to push my h-pawn to here. And, of course, we have to take with the knight now because of this, which is fine. And now I want to go push Harry over here and try to open up my rook. That's the plan. Okay, let's see. King here or knight c3 maybe? So knight c3 actually defends my pawn, defends this pawn, hits the queen. Let's do that. Because otherwise, he might have taken this, might have taken this. Did I miss this move? Queen g2. No, he's not going to take this pawn, right? Okay, I didn't think so. Yeah, I don't really want to trade queens. I don't want to trade queens. So let's go here, and then we can still try to use these pawns. Knight to d5. Yeah, I'm going to take it. And then probably go king b1. Now, is there any sense in sacrificing this? h4 takes, h5, check. We go here, takes. It's probably a little bit crazy. We don't have to do that. Let's just play king b1. I don't know. Maybe it was worth it, but I think this is fine. Just defend, and now we can attack. So interesting endgame. No pieces. When I say pieces, I mean no knights or bishops. No minor pieces. We have the queens and the rooks. I just want to make sure he can't force a queen trade. And in theory, my attack should be a little faster than his because I haven't moved any of my pawns up. So it's going to take black a long time to even get close to trading, whereas I can quickly get, h5 and maybe open up the h-file. Okay, so he wants to stop my queen, I guess. Not a move I was expecting. I'm going to go h4. And on h5, I'll play g4. On h5, I'll play g4 and try to attack here. And remember, when you're pawn storming on a king, usually you want to try to trade those pawns if you can, right? Because the point is to open up the files for the rooks. I mean, occasionally you can use your pawns to help attack, but usually the open files. Yeah, so what he's doing is actually really annoying. And it's very instructive. If you're defending against a pawn storm, what he's trying to do is basically say, okay, if you push here, I'm going to push the other pawn and block it up. And if you push here, I'm going to push here and block it up. And you can't do what I said and open up the files. And I don't see an easy way to get around that, to be honest with you guys. So, yeah, we're going to have to figure something out. Don't want to trade queens. Like sometimes you can sack a piece to get rid of those pawns if you have like knights or bishops on the board, but a rook is gonna have to, everything's gonna have to work out just perfectly for a rook sacrifice to make sense. So like I said, if I go here, he's gonna push by, and if I go here, he's gonna push by. So not an easy problem to deal with. Could play c3 to defend this, but he's gonna just keep attacking me, I think, although maybe not with the queen. Okay, let's defend that for now. Yeah, this is really annoying. And I don't know how to get through, actually. The only thing that I'm thinking maybe is if I somehow plant a rook here, push this, sack the rook, and then we could come in with the queen and push the pawn and make something happen, but that seems like maybe hard to do. Okay, so let me relocate the rook. Since we're not going to be able to open up these files right now, we have to use what we do have. Whoa, he plays f5? Okay, I was not anticipating that one. Wow. Well, that lets me open up this at least. Interesting decision from black there. Okay, now I think we should just go back. We do have an open file, which is good. It's probably going to try to go here and bring a rook there, I imagine. Okay, I'm threatening this because of the pin. You can see how already I'm having some more serious threats because of the open file. I'm not sure if black should have done that because they didn't have to let me open up the G file, but this is the threat. Queen D5. Then I have Queen G3 with a nice threat here and here. Queen F7 would stop that, but then H5. Okay, we can bring this. Oh, he's going for that. All right. Okay, so we have to be careful with the back rank, right? There could be back rank tactics. So I'd like to play A3. Let's go here. And I know I said I didn't want to trade queens, but I might have to if this is going to keep going this way. I wonder if we could just win the pawn now. Can we just win this pawn? It's getting kind of scary. All right, let's see. Getting kind of scary because of the back rank. So I really want to play A3. Also have to watch out for tactics if they get a rook behind this pawn. But sometimes when they push the pawn too far, too fast, it just becomes a target. Like if I could just double up my rooks and get up 3 pieces attacking it, they might have a hard time defending it. Or even like here, if they push, we could easily get 3. I just have to make sure I don't get mated, right, on the back rank. Okay, I do have a check here. But they have Queen F7, right? Takes, check, King F6. Check, King F6. Check. Check. Doesn't quite work. Okay, so maybe I go here. So we're threatening to take the pawn. which means they're going to either play rook f8 or rook e3, I think. We go for rook e3. So wait a second. Oh, they have rook d7. Missed rook d7. If we sack, they just take with the king. Keeps it defended. Okay, I want to fix the back rank problem right away because I'm really concerned with that. Yeah. Even if I go here, though, I can't take the pawn because they have all their pieces defending it. So what do we do? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I also don't know how black is going to make progress. But it looks like they have some ideas. Queen here, I think I just go here. Here I can go back. I'm threatening this. Not really a big deal, but I could go there. Is this a drawn? Okay, so I'm going to be able to win this pawn for sure now. I can go here and take it. Now, the problem is he's going to still have these two pawns. But if I can get a passed pawn here, I don't know what's going on in that position. The two rooks should be pretty good once they get connected, because the queen's not going to be able to do anything to the rooks. I am concerned, though, with the pawns. The connected pawns is dangerous, right? I'm pretty much going to go here and take this. Although if they do that, I can actually just take it right away. Okay. Let's make sure they're connected. And I think we need to prioritize getting another pass pawn if I can. Yeah, this is actually very interesting now. Trying to get the queen away from this because I want to push here, like I said. Ah, I didn't see that. Man. No. Okay, I messed up. Now I have to try to just get a draw. I messed up. I didn't see that. All right, the plan now is to try to flag him and hopefully not let the pawns push all the way down the board and get a queen. I just don't want my king to get trapped in a mating net. Yeah, they're super slow, it seems. Okay, this guy's really slow. Interesting. Okay. Whew. Yeah, so we never had a chance, really. But we did have a draw at some points. And then we won on time, so... Wow, I'm actually losing already in this position? 94? Oh. There was a fork. They missed that. They missed the fork. Wow. They played queen d5 instead. Yeah, but no, this was instructive, right? Like, this is very smart. If somebody's attacking you with the pawn storm, and you can just put your pawns like this, you can always just push by, right? Now, if there's a piece sitting here, like a knight, then it doesn't work, right? For example, if they were to go here, now it's a different story. Because now when I play g5, I'm forking these guys. They don't have time to push by. They lose their queen. So they would be forced to either take me or let me take them. And now I've succeeded in opening up the H file and I can attack. So you have to make sure that you don't have put a piece there if you're going to go for this, right? And that way, now you're fine. You just push by. Great. Or you push by. So let's see. Was there F5 move bad? Or no, that was actually the best move. Wow. I thought this was too risky, but no, Stockfish says that was fine. Wow. No, this whole idea was everything was good according to the engine. Everything. Wow. So yeah, they were just going to win if they didn't lose on time. Every move was great. Then they blundered. Apparently I'm supposed to take this, and queen e5 check leads to a forced draw. I have a perpetual check. So I can just keep checking them and they can never get away from my checks, apparently. Okay. I missed it. And then I did this instead. Yeah, this is tricky. This is very tricky because even though you have the 2 pawns, it's not going to be easy to get away from the rooks if you just try to start pushing your pawns, right? Like, for example, if black would have just started pushing, I instantly have a draw now. I can just check, 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 check. So if they would have pushed this, well, I can actually just take that. If they try to come here, now I can get my own pass pawn and they have to worry about this. And it's, yeah, it's really, really challenging for both sides. Okay. All right, let's do another elephant gambit. Oh, that's not an elephant gambit. This doesn't even have a name. That's just called the free pawn gambit. Here's a free pawn. They're like, what's happening? Okay, they decided to take it. Here, take another pawn. So this is kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is like. Let's bring out the queen, put some pressure on the bishop. Of course, it's defended right now, but I can very easily attack that knight. So for example, bishop b4, maybe this knight could come and do something at some point. Yeah, here, bishop b4. Now they have to take me. I mean, they don't have to take me, but they're probably going to take me. And I will take back with the queen. Now we're attacking here, so they're going to play bishop d. Actually, wait, I'm attacking this and this. So what is white going to do about that? What are they going to do? Okay, so I have this if I want it, but I also have this. I don't know. It looks pretty tricky for white. They got... I'm pinning them and attacking both of the knights. So now I can mess up the pawn structure here. Or just castle. I think I'm just going to castle. Wait, if they take... Hold on. If they take queen e3, does not work. Rook e8, they take there, does not work. I have to be careful, actually. King f8. What I'm trying to do is just be able to respond with rook e8, but I guess it doesn't work. Ah, but I have queen g2, right? Hold on. So if... Oh, no. Okay, knight f6 takes queen g2. If they take me, they lose a rook. If they save their rook, they lose a queen. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. Okay, so we can play knight f6 here. And we have queen g2. I'm trying to wait till they castle. Because once they castle, there you go. Now, this pawn structure is a bigger deal because the king is there. Although I guess if they take with the queen, I do have to trade queens. Hold on. Let's think about this. Because I'm still down a pawn. That's the thing. I'm still down a pawn. Well, now they are threatening this, so I have to kind of make a decision. I really thought we should have had more out of the opening than this, but I could go back. It just feels like a real passive thing, but maybe that's what I need to do. Rook e1. Guess I'm going to castle. The question is which way. I want to be able to attack the king, so I'm going to go this way. Okay, so the options are make the trade. If they take this way, I think that's going to be bad for them because of the queen. So they're probably going to take with the rook. But then we can hit him with f5. Rook's going to leave. Oh, that's a serious one. Man. That's a big deal. We can't do what I wanted to do. Ah, it's too bad. That is too bad. Okay, well, if we can't do that, what can we do instead? King b8 to get away from this. They take, I take back somehow. Bishop c7. Let's say takes. Can they even do this? Maybe bishop c7. Hope I'm not blundering something here. Because I think if they go for knight here, I would just take it. Let him take this, move my king, and then try to attack here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So here. Now I am potentially threatening what I wanted to do. h3. Can we do h5? Is this a good moment for h5? I don't know. If I take, they take this. f5, the rook moves. We have to move our queen. No, we're going to lose this. We don't want to do that. So we can either play h5, we can retreat the bishop, let them play g4, and then maybe sack, or just go back. We can just go back right away. We can... Let's think about h5, actually, because takes. The knight's going to move. Oh, but I can't go to h6 because of the bishop. It's kind of annoying. Maybe we just go back. Just keep the annoying pin. Let's just keep the annoying pin. Because if he's going to play g4, I mean... Now your kingside is really not safe. Okay, let's start with the obvious move. You can't take with the pawn because of the pins. You have to take with the rook. Of course, I could take, but that's just a big trade. We don't want to trade. So takes, f5. Where does he move his rook to? Here. Takes. It's a big trade. Again, I don't want to do just a big trade. All right, I gotta watch the time too. What about knight d5 to f4? Oh, that's an idea. Okay, hold on. Knight to d5. If you try to take me, what happens? Takes, I take, you take. could also just defend it. But okay, hold on. Here, if the knight takes right away, we take a queen. Maybe I do need to defend this. Okay, let's defend the pawn. But now that it's defended, knight d5 and hopping over to f4 might be a good plan. Yeah, because then the knight's out of the way. We can throw the pawn forward, and it's also in a good position to potentially sacrifice itself for some tactics. For example, f5, knight moves. We take, they take, we take. And the queen is defending. Something like that could happen. Okay, knight d5. Followed by like f5. Seems like a pretty decent plan. It's tricky for white to figure out something to do because you would kind of want to move your queen up to like your rook could come over maybe, but you can't because of this. You don't really want to play g4 and totally weaken the king side. So you probably have to calculate some of these sort of tactics, but I don't know if they actually work. You don't really want to do that with a rook lining up on your queen. So like what is white going to play now that they've basically done what all they can do here? If you take, you just help me support this. They go with queen e2. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but that actually does kind of make sense. Okay, so let's go knight d5 then. So here now comes with the tempo on the queen. Also, if I want to grab the bishop pair, we'd have two bishops against two knights if I get the opportunity. F5 is now a possibility. Even F6 to support here and threaten G5, G4 also. So we've got kind of 4 moves that I'm thinking about doing. Let's see if white's going to force us down a path or if they're going to just let us choose what we want. It makes sense that white's thinking a lot here because this is like definitely a critical moment. And there's tons of options, right? Like there's tons of options. They could play G4. They could play this. They could take here. They could. Okay, so knight G3. That seems interesting. So if I just take, I just feel like this is the right move. And I don't want to lose on time. Yeah, I should have this tactic. So the point is I can take here with my bishop. So we get our pawn back. Could have also taken first and then, you know, eventually taken the pawn that way, but I think this is maybe more powerful. Now we can keep the bishop on the board, and it'll be positioned on a really nice diagonal after the dust settles. Takes, for example. And then we're even pawns, but white's actually has 2 isolated pawns. So yeah, even, but like I said, our pawns are very nice and pretty. We have the bishop pair against this kind of awkwardness. So I think that definitely was good for us. They want to double up. Bishop f3 runs into this, unfortunately. I don't know. I guess we can just solidify here for now. Swing the bishop over. Now I am threatening bishop f3. That's going to be very awkward for this rook. So this is a big threat. Also would like to play g6 to shut down the knight from having any options. But first, let's see how they stop this. So they're... I just didn't want to lose my pawn. This way it forces the knight to leave. And now we still have bishop f3 ideas. So that's going to force an awkward move there. And now what? Take away a square from the knight. Keep my rooks off of the dark square so the bishop can't touch them. What is white going to do now? Knight g4. Okay, I got to speed up here. I'm going to lose this game on time if I don't speed up. Oh, are they trapping my... Oh. I did not see that. All right, I mean, we still have the bishop pair, so it's not over, but I messed up. Okay, let's see what we can do in the time scramble. No, this doesn't work at all. Nelson. Ah. What am I doing, guys? What am I doing? This doesn't work at all. I threw this game so hard at the end. I was totally winning. I'm sure I was. How did that happen, guys? Okay, I wasn't totally winning, but I definitely had an advantage. I definitely had a big advantage, and I threw it away. Yeah, like around here, we were doing great. We were doing so great. And then I can't believe that my rook got trapped. Like, this is wild. But even still, like, I'm still okay. And then I don't know why I let these pawns push and move my king away. I should have kept my king in front of the pawns. It's so ridiculous. I just underestimated how quickly that was going to happen. I thought I was going to have time to do something, but I had no time. Man, that's really annoying. All right, be right back, guys. Okay, elephant gambit. We could see a wasp. We could see a wasp if they play bishop c4 here. d4. Okay, I like to play bishop d6 against this. I don't actually know if this is the best move, but it's what I usually play. I think a lot of people will go knight c4 and trade the bishop, and that's fine with me. I just go here and take it back. There's also bishop c4. And then I think we take queen h5, and I'm trying to remember. Is it something like queen e7 or... Well, let's see if they play bishop c4 first. Then I'll think about that. I may have to look this one up after the game to refresh my memory. Well, there you go. Okay, let's take it. Queen h5. Oh, no, they're supposed to play queen h5, I'm pretty sure. This way should be fine for us. Wait, so if I take this, hits the bishop, we win a pawn. If I go check, and then take it, we still win a pawn. And we get to potentially castle as well. This might be one of those situations where you can have your cake and eat it too. Don't get to do that a lot of the time when you play chess, but I think we can do it here. Okay. If I take, it defends on my bishop. They take, that's fine. If I take, they take here. We have to think about what's going on. That surely is a good position for me. It must be good. The reason I say it must be good is because I have a rook lined up on a bishop that's pinned, and there's just no way this could be good for them. There's no way. Okay, we have a tactic. Do you guys see the tactic? Pause, find the tactic. Oh! I just wanted to think for a few more seconds before I play the move. I was going to take this pawn because if they take me back, I take the bishop. But then I was like, what if they play rook f1? And I was like, I have to move. And then do they come down here? And I just wanted to think about it. So I just went to like move the knight away, and it somehow landed here, which obviously is a legal move. And so I just mouse slipped this. Ah, dude. Well, any advantage that I just had, I just gave it away. That is so sad. Okay. Wow. I can't believe I just did that. I'm so sorry, guys. All right. It's going to be one of those streams, I think. Man. I've done that quite a few times in the past. Well, I've done it a few times. I wouldn't say quite a few times, considering how many pieces I move like every day. It's a very small percentage, but yes, I get your point. It's happened before. It has happened before. Usually I'm pretty smart about it. So like if I'm moving a bishop here and I'm like, wait a second, I'll just kind of slide it down where it's like there's no chance that the bishop could move that way. Or at the queen, I'll kind of like pick a square that I know the queen can't move to. In this case, I meant to kind of like drag it here. Not there. Like I think I was going to go here or something and I just went too far. But I guess the knights are kind of tricky. If he takes me, I win the piece. If he moves the knight, then I have a discovered check. So I think this might have been a mistake. And maybe we can still get an advantage out of this position. Let's see. So he's going to move this here or here. Oh, this one we win immediately. Check, take the knight. Okay, so he's going to move it here. The problem is I don't have a good discovery. Oh, he moved it there. Okay, let's see. Check. I can go check here. He has to defend the pawn. Or I just leave it, but then he's going to move his king away, right? Actually, that's kind of awkward for him if he has to move his king away. So maybe I just leave it. Okay, let's just develop. Ah. Can't believe I mouse slipped that earlier. So like if I would have taken... Dude, I'm trying to explain something. If I would have taken this... Yeah, rook f1 would have been the only thing for him to try. Then I go back. He doesn't want to take here, I don't think, as the pin. So let's just say he takes. Yeah, maybe it was still going to be interesting. So maybe I didn't mouse slip, you know, an awful move, actually. Okay, so he goes f3. So we still have the discovered check. All right, I'm thinking about, let's see, here. Actually, no, here. Here, you can't move here or here, right, guys? Because of a fork. You guys see that? Okay. You can't stay here or here. So if you can't move here, 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 or here, you have to go to f1, only move. But then I can go check and take a pawn. So that should be pretty good. He has to go king f1. I jump in, I take a pawn, hit the rook. He has to save his rook. And I go back. And I win a pawn. Okay. Oh my. Oh my, I'm not going to mess it up this time. Not going to mouse slip it again. Okay. They just blundered. They just blundered that. Okay. Well, here we go. Since I'm up a rook, I'm just going to force the trade here and make my life easy. Let's make sure we get the knight out so it doesn't get trapped. That's one detail. If the knight gets trapped, we will have a problem. So let's actually go here. Stopping the bishop from going there. Then I'll get my knight out. Okay, now we can jump around and escape from there. Sometimes knights have a hard time coming out of you know, when they're deep in enemy territory because the pawns can like sort of stop them, but I think we can figure out a way out here. I missed checkmate? I don't think I missed checkmate. I don't think I missed checkmate. Yeah, because I had to take the rook first. It's not checkmate because his rook takes me, right? I have to take it first. And then he goes here. So. Okay, so what's the fastest way to win this game? I could force a trade of pieces, but how do I do that? I'm gonna go here because I need this knight to get away from all these pawns. I need the knight to get away from the pawns. Okay, let's go here. Now we can get the knight out. Then we can probably force a trade. Okay. Okay, I'm not really concerned with that pawn. I just more importantly want to try to force a trade. And if not, if we can clear away some of these pawns, maybe we can do something with the king. So now white has to either trade, obviously, or give us some pawns. Okay, so we can take this pawn. Or... yeah, I'll take this pawn. Then I'll take this pawn, and I'll push this to get a queen. That seems like the easiest plan. Let's go here. There's no fork because my knight. Now there could be a fork. But I think I have some ideas in mind. Let's see. option number 1 will go here. Now if you take, I take, you don't have time to fork me because my knight is still there. So I'll move my knight after this. Okay. Where do I want it to go? How about here? We can jump around here or here. We can still threatening to take the pawn. Of course, they can try to defend. Ooh, let's go a5. And this is a dangerous thing for the king, actually. This is very dangerous for the white king now. This is an outpost, so you want to be looking for those opportunities when you can defend it with the pawn, because now nothing that white does is going to be able to make my knight move. And I can come down here, and we almost have checkmate. Let's bring in another piece, and I think we're actually going to be very close. We might be able to checkmate with these 3 pieces. Just because we have this strong support here, it's kind of like a mating net for this king. So if they go here, that's checkmate. Oh, there you go. That's checkmate. So there's a good example of the, I forget what mating pattern that is. I always forget. But it doesn't matter if you know the names of them or not. It just matters if you see them. Okay, moment of truth. Was my mouse slip a blunder or a good move? Yeah, it was a blunder. This was the best move. Knight takes f2. Okay, so what was the idea after this, though? e3. No, I wasn't going to play e3 here. e3. So if I go back, it's actually fine for white. They do get to come down, and it's kind of annoying. e3. What? I mean, I did think about it, but I was like, he just takes me. Ah, so we are threatening to go here and win the bishop, I guess. So if they take rook e8, and then we're going to just attack this guy. Okay, wait a second. So what if they just do, I don't know. Okay, so what Stockfish is saying is that we're up a pawn, but we also have really active rooks. And I guess this is, I don't know why it's so good for us. I'm not really following. Anyway, I should have taken is what Stockfish says. I don't know why. Can't tell you why. Yeah, if they would have played king f1, this is still going to be good for me. Oh, but this actually, my knight is, wait, what? What is happening? Why is this? I guess even though I'm up a pawn, it's not that easy for me. And Stockfish is saying it's like a draw. Wow. Okay. Anyway, yeah, let's go. Let's go to the next game. Okay, here we go. Oh, a French? A French? Do they know the refutation? Do they know the refutation to the Alekhine gambit? I hope not. I hope not. And they don't. That's not the refutation. I don't think that's a good move. Because it's nice for black to be able to play c5, right? And if you block that, now you can't. So that's why I don't think that's the way. Okay, I don't usually push, but I think now we should do it. Because when you push by, I don't know a lot about the French, but I know this much. When you push by, usually black wants to play c5, and they can't now because they're knight. So in theory, and I'll see if I can make this bishop trade as well. In theory, this should be a good pawn structure for me because they can't really attack me easily. Meanwhile, I can go like bishop d3, throw this pawn forward and just attack them. So I think this should be a good setup for us. They go back. Okay. Well, same kind of a deal. I'm going to play this and just really make sure that that's never going to happen. I'll go f4. Make sure I don't fall into any tactics here. For example, takes. Uh-oh, I just got tricked. That's what we have to watch out for. Bishop d3. Let's see. Bishop d3, queen h5 is very dangerous. Uh-huh. Can also play knight f3. Okay, let's calculate. Bishop d3, they take. I go check. g6, we take. We're pretty happy with that position. Bishop d3. If they castle, fine. Then we can play knight f3 or something. Or maybe queen h5. Okay. Bishop d3, if they take here, again, queen h5, I'm pretty happy. I think it's going to get wild. I'm okay with wild. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, Marion. How's it going? Okay, so this is the threat. They have options. If they want to allow it, they can take here and here or here. If they don't want to allow it, they could castle or play f5 or maybe g6. But you can kind of see how they're really like cramped. Like the knight can't really move. This bishop can't move because this knight can't move a lot of places. This bishop can't unless they're going to go for this. Maybe they should. I don't know. Meanwhile, I'm just going to go attack the king. Ah, so they want to go queen f7. Okay. No, queen f7, I take. No, it doesn't work. They take with the queen. Doesn't work. Okay. Queen e7. All right. Guess that's a good move. Yeah, so they stopped my threat. Okay. So now I guess it's back to plan B. Play knight f3. And our plan now is to keep this clamp on the position, right? So they can't play c5. These pieces can't really move. This knight can't really move. Meanwhile, I'm just... Oh. Wait. Wait. I get a free piece. They get a piece. I get a free piece. They take here. I go check. Oh, I didn't see. I forgot about this, that they have two knights that they can just... And the queen h5 check. They have knight f7. Actually, do they have knight f7? Hold on. Because I only lost a pawn. So actually, no. This might not be good for them. Check here. Okay, hold everything. Maybe we just castle. So, okay, we lost a pawn, but this is a big deal, I think. I think this is a big deal. What is happening? Jeez, they can just play this? I have to turn off the chat. The person is talking to me a lot. Okay. For some reason, I thought I could do this, but I don't have a pin anymore, so they can actually just take my queen. So if I'm going to do this, it's just a piece sacrifice, which still might be good, but I mean, if I don't do that, what am I doing? I mean, okay, bishop d7 castles. We can't let him do that, so bishop d7. Now let's go. We got to do this. If we don't do this, we have like nothing, so I'm going for it. I still think we have some tricks here. So, is it enough? Let's find out. I actually didn't realize that they could just sack both knights. I was thinking that, okay, they could do one, but then I've got to defend it, but they could do both, which makes sense. Okay, they're giving me this? No, 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 no. That's got to be the move. I was going to play bishop g5, but then I guess they have queen e6 now. Maybe that's what they were dealing. But this one looks good. Okay, so we have a couple of options. Option 1, we go check here. Option 2, we go here. So this one, what's the point? They take me, I take them. They take me, I take the rook. I don't know if that's actually as good. I think we got to do this. This has to be the move. Just has to be the move. All right. Now they can't castle. So step number 1, when you're attacking, you remove castling rights. That's a big step in the right direction. Because, you know, a lot of people don't think about it, but castling is such an overpowered move in chess, right? You get to move your king 2 spaces at the same time, and you get to jump a rook over another piece and tuck your king away. Like, it's, you know, so if you stop that, it's a big deal. Now we just have to figure out a way to checkmate the king. So I can't take, unfortunately, this annoying bishop. I could go here. They take, I take. I could go here. Don't know what the threat is. Rook d1, but then they could like push. But then maybe I push or something. c4, c5 to shut out the bishop doesn't actually look as crazy as you might think. Bishop f2? What's the point? Well, my bishop's now defended, so I could take here, and this is not a big deal anymore. Although that blocks my rook. I don't know about that. Rook e1. If we want to keep this and this. Okay, let's think. Let's think. Maybe I will go rook e1. Because this is a huge problem, right? Like this bishop here attacking, but now it's not. Now I can actually just take. It's just a trade. It brings my rook into the action. Yeah, I think this is a good move. They don't have rook h6 because my bishop. They can go bishop d7, but who cares? I just take this. Can try to move their knights somewhere. My knight is pinned at the moment, but we'll fix that at some point. Or maybe we won't. I don't know. But just something to keep in mind. Black's big problem, though, is like they can't use these pieces. You guys see that? So even though I'm down a piece, it's kind of like I'm up a rook. I mean, if you just look at these pieces, right? Knight, bishop, queen, rook. Knight, bishop, queen, rook. I have an extra rook. Yeah, assuming you eliminate these, right? Kind of how I like to think about it when I'm attacking like this. The bishop is doing something, just not a lot. The rook is doing absolutely nothing. Okay, they're thinking quite a bit now. We're catching up on time. That's good. I mean, it is kind of hard for Black to find a move. Okay, they decide to take that. Wow. Now we can go bishop g5 with the rook and everything involved. Check. I'm just going to move my king over here. Okay. Fine. We just hide. Hide there. So we have this threat, obviously. But we also have this guy now. So what is Black going to do about that? That's the question. Okay, finally have a time advantage. I mean, they might just be lost. Like, I don't really know what they're going to play. Because I'm threatening the knight, too, if the queen moves, like, far away. If it moves here, I do have to be careful. There's a checkmate. But then I would just go check and take the queen. Check, take the queen. So you can't go queen d6. Okay, so they go queen c6. Okay, so first of all, do we have a forced checkmate? Check. They take. I take check. They go here. Checkmate. Here. Checkmate. No, it's not checkmate, but it's pretty close. So this just wins. Just wins. Game over. Basic. This is basic. Okay, there you go. Did we get a brilliant move? Yes! Brilliant move. What was it? What was it? Ah, bishop g6. Okay. It was the bishop to g6. All right. So yeah, this is an interesting one. Let's analyze this. So e5. Yes, that was the best move. Stockfish likes a3 and b4. It likes f4. It doesn't like that. So, okay, Stockfish says he should have gone for this. And if I go check, g6, I take king e7. And then I have to go back and they sack here and take this. Even though the king is on e7, Stockfish says black is fine somehow. Okay, good to know. But they did that instead. Yeah, and even though it looks good for them... Oh no, Stockfish wanted me to castle here. What? You wanted me to give up my bishop? And take with a pawn? And then go check? And put my queen in the middle? See, this is why I don't like playing against the French. Because like the ideas are just so weird to me. And I'm just not used to seeing them. That's why I don't think I do well in like traditional French positions. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know what Stockfish is talking about. Anyway, knight f7, castles, g6, bishop takes g6, best move. Okay. So that was a blunder. Even if they play a better move, bishop d7, I can go here. Let's say they... Oh, and Stockfish actually says castling is the best move. Just giving up the piece and then trying to do some... Oh. I have to go queen g3. And then they take here. And then we trade everything. And we get this endgame. 5 against 5, where I do have the connected pawns, but they have the bishop and these. Wow. Wow. Okay, but they blundered here, and then the knight just came in. It was over. Knight f6 check. Okay, I played the second best move. So the best move was actually queen g7, which I think yeah, I think I was thinking about it. Bishop g5, I was afraid after bishop takes d4, yeah. This is just not good for me because they can actually just take this. And I have a perpetual check of some kind. Okay. I mean, my brain can't handle all this. Let's go to the next game. That's over. That's above my pay grade right there. E4, let's go. Wait, did we play Destructor before? Why do I have a weird feeling about Destructor? Can someone refresh my memory? What happened against Destructor? Something must have happened because as soon as I saw that name, my brain was like, "Oh no, Destructor." Did I blunder something? What happened, guys? Don't remember. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into now. All right, let's just play good chess. I don't know. I don't know why I have a bad feeling about Destructor before the game even starts. Oh man. Okay, let me go h3. Get rid of this bishop here. Okay, they're not gonna make it that easy on me. That's fine. Let me just fianchetto this guy. I think this makes sense. They go here, we can always drop the bishop back. No problem. No problem at all. Is it the guy that played the same line against you twice? No. No, I've only played this person one time and I lost. I've only played him once and lost. So I don't know what that means. Let me go rook e1, defend my pawn. Actually, maybe I'll go knight d2 to defend. That way, if I do have to bring my bishop back, it's still defended. So bishop b2, rook e1, you know, something like this is what we're going to do. Unfortunately, they declined my gambit, right? I tried to play a Smith-Morra, and they said no thanks. And they made me sad. They made me real sad. I always get sad when people decline my gambits, you know? Okay, let's go bishop b2 here. Probably rook e1 next. Now the bishop's not good yet, but we can always push this pawn at some moment in the future, and then the bishop would be kind of nice, maybe. At least that's what I'm hoping. G5. Whoa, so they want to attack me big time here. Okay. I would love to play G4 and shut this idea down. Let's think. If they take with the bishop and then the knight, I don't really see any cause for concern. If they take with the bishop and then the queen, I go here, they go check, I go here, they go here, I take it. I don't see any cause for concern. If they sack the knight first and then take with the queen, I go here, they go check, I go here, they have a draw. They have a forced draw. No, they don't. I can go here. But then they have a check. Then I can go back. Knight e5, bishop e2, knight g4. Maybe I'm fine. Maybe I'm fine. If I go here, it's check. We can't play knight h2 because of the queen. Yeah, we have to go king h2. Check, king. Let's just say h1. Knight e5, bishop e2, knight g4. Yeah, it's going to be an awkward position to play, but this is also going to be kind of tough, right? Maybe not. Not as bad. Huh. I mean, okay, let's... Hold on. Let me just check one more time. This could be a bad decision. Okay. I don't see a forced loss. So let's see. Let's see. They're going to go queen f4. I'm going to go back. They're going to go here. I'm going to go here. They might go here. They might push. They might castle. I don't know. But then I'm going to figure out how to untangle myself at that point. They might have just calculated king h1 by the way they're pausing, and maybe they just thought they had a draw, or at least this position. Maybe they forgot my king could stop that, and now they're thinking about this. I don't know. So here. When do you plan a new Bridge Vibes series? I think I made a lot of people mad when I did that April Fool's joke, so we won't be doing any more bridge videos on this channel, probably. I went a little too far. I think people were like, yeah, anyway, we just got some people upset. Happy birthday. Buy yourself something something nice. Well played. Well played. I will do that. I'll buy myself something nice. I'll buy myself a rice cooker. A nice rice cooker. Just kidding. I won't do that. You have my word. I won't do that. The bridge video was so bad. Ah, okay. I didn't think about this. That's an interesting way to go about it. Although, I can just take it, right? So, okay. That's a pretty good move, actually. It's a pretty good move. I might have to sack the rook here. Yeah, I think I'm going to sack the rook. So by sacking the rook, I'm basically saying I'm going to have a knight and a bishop against a rook and some pawns. But I think we have to do it. Because if I don't do this, guys, I'm just dead. I mean, if I don't do this move and I go back here, that's literally just checkmate. So this is the only thing. Oh, and the other thing, if I take it, he has check. I move, takes my queen. Also bad for me. So this is the only move. That's why bishop g7 I think was a good move. Because I mean, how was I going to stop this otherwise? But he's going to take it. Actually, they don't even have to take it. They could do something else. They could even like try to push this pawn, maybe. But then it's going to give me time to run here. So they're probably going to take it. And then we're going to play that position. The good news, though, is that the pawn actually defends my king in a very nice way, controlling these squares. So, and then the bishop can become annoying, and maybe we can actually force some trades and take it to an endgame where I'll be happy with the two pieces against the rook and the pawns. Hello from Sweden. I've learned so much from you. Happy birthday. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Rice cooker in the background would be epic. That's not a bad idea. Right in the middle of the chessboard, maybe? All right, they are really thinking. Okay, they do take it. Jump the knight in. What if I take the knight? Wait a second. If I take the knight, they take my queen. I take their queen. They take my rook. But I can't get the bishop, right? So I probably have to... Okay, I could go check. I could throw in a check first, make them not be able to castle, and then come back to e2. Yeah, that should be good. That should be a nice little in-between checkaroo. Actually, if they go king d8, that changes everything. Okay, they don't. Because I was going to say, then we could take, and we have a fork. Would be great. In this case, if we take, we have a random check. Then we could play c4, but they just have f6. Do they have f6? That's interesting, actually. King's kind of trapped. That's actually really interesting. Could we checkmate? Because if they go this way, then we're going to win the rook. So they have to go this way, or oh, they could go here. But then again, this f6. Yeah, the pawn is just too strong, right? Man, okay. I don't think we can do it, but very interesting line to look at least. Okay, so now what's the deal? We take, or we take. They clearly want to go here, I think, or maybe here. Actually, what are they doing? Hold on, knight g5. If they take my bishop, I take their queen with check. I win. So they have to move their queen or go check. If they go check, I just take it. They have to take with the queen. I just take it. I end up winning a pawn. So knight g5, queen here. We just take it. I don't think that was a good move. I think we just do this. I think we just... Oh, they want to take the knight. I see. I was going to say we just take, but then they take the knight. Okay. That's fine. I didn't miss that. Okay. So what's going on, guys? Knight f3, they take here. So maybe c4. Pin this guy. Do they have any checks? We take it. Here we go back. 2 bishops, that's fine. Here we take it. Okay. c4. Let's go. I gotta speed up. I gotta speed up. I also have to be careful. It's kind of hard to find a move here, actually. Knight f1 maybe? Okay, maybe knight f1 is good. So we defend the threat, get away from the queen. Okay. This knight, I think, has to go, guys. This knight is just causing me a lot of problems. So we're threatening checkmate. Can bring my knight in. Yeah, knight e3. Wow. Are you serious right now? Okay. Dude, if that's the best move, I'm going to have to report this person. That is the best move. I'm sorry. King g7? Are you kidding me? Let's see if we can flag this person. Let's see if we can flag him. I'm just going to defend my bishop. It sort of traps it there, but at least it's well defended, you know? Okay, now we have this. Now they should be lost. Now they should be lost. The fork. Yeah, I guess they can do that. I'm going to take this pawn next. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. What? What was that? Okay, I'm sorry. I have to go see. I have to go see if King G7 was the best move. Okay, I played a pretty good game, though. I played a pretty good game. Let's see. Okay, G5 was the best move. Best move is Bishop G6. Knight takes G4 is second engine move. Bishop G7 is a good move. 85 is not the way. Yeah, because they let me do Bishop B5. Okay. Yeah, and I actually am winning now. Great. King G2 second move. Huh. Interesting. All right. Anyway, they blundered at the end here. So you can see how the knight and the bishop is very powerful when you can get these outposts. When these pieces are just defended by pawns, they can't be chased away by pawns. That's usually when the knight and bishop can outperform the rook. And it helped that I had a bunch of extra pawns too, obviously. You're talking about chest vibes? Yep, it was a real thing. It was a real thing, guys. Okay, well, this is a new one. All right, we'll attack the bishop. Knight C3, I'm going to go bishop B4. This one... Okay, can I get away with taking the pawn? Yeah, I should be able to, right? So queen E2, I mean, I'm happy to go back, let him take this and play bishop B7. Yeah, they're not going to do it. Not surprising. Okay, so option number 1. We just go back to F6. They take, we take, they take, we castle. We're down a pawn, but we might have a little bit of compensation. Let's just say they play D4. We go here. They go probably back. We can jump our knight over. That's actually kind of interesting. I like that. I like it. Let's do it. So the reason we might have some compensation, guys, for the pawn is that white is still undeveloped. And they're missing pieces around their king, right? So if we can boom or boom and get the attack going, that might be good for us. Question is, what's the best way to get this started? Bishop d6, knight g4, bishop g4. We have a lot of options here. Okay. I like bishop d6, actually. But we might even go for a Greek gift sacrifice here, guys. This might be a moment where we can do it. So Greek gift sacrifice, this is a... Yeah, this is a topic that comes up in the Ponziani course. I keep mentioning the Ponziani course, but there's some lines where you do it there, where I talk about it. But here might be an opportunity for black, where we take this. What's the point of the Greek gift sacrifice? You lure the king out, then your knight jumps in, and then if they try to go back, your queen comes out and you checkmate him. Now, the bishop on f4 is going to be a problem, though. If they can play bishop f4 and stop you, oh no, but then we might have queen here, actually. So maybe it is a valid opportunity. Which is why they're pausing so long, because they really have to think carefully about where they're going to put this rook. Because if they don't, maybe we do just hit him with that and we come here. Very interesting. I'm really curious. What would Stockfish say the evaluation of this position would be? Probably says white's better because it has some crazy way to defend, but practically, I don't know. It looks pretty good for us. I mean, this has all the makings of the classic Greek gift sacrifice. You sack the bishop, you jump in with the knight. If they go back, you go out with the queen, and you hopefully checkmate them. Now, the other thing about the Greek gifts is they could come up, but that's usually pretty risky. Although in this case, maybe that's their best option. Because if we play, let's just say h4, rook h1, h4 check, take. I mean, it's getting crazy. The other thing I could do is go here. And if they play, for example, h3, I can go like queen h4, threatening this. Oh man, this is a critical moment, guys. Okay, so I'm pretty sure if they go back, queen h4 looks crushing to me. It looks crushing. Bishop f4, we have this. But I am concerned if they try to run up. Because this annoying bishop is why we can't go to g4 like I would normally want to. I have to go with h5, but then rook h1, or what else could they play? Let's say rook h1, check, they take it. I sack here. The problem is they just move their queen, I think. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I think I have to do something else, maybe here. So let's say they play g3. Can we sack? Takes, check. I think we can. I think we can, guys. Oh, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be real nice if this works. Oh, okay. Okay, G3, we take. They take. Check because of the pin on the pawn. If they go here, probably queen check, then sack it. Oh, they played H3 instead. Okay, okay. So queen H4? Queen H4 and sack here, right? That has to be the move. That's the only way to keep the attack really going that I can see. And actually, maybe I could have played knight F2 right away, but this seems good. So what are they going to do? Because if you, let's say you try to defend it with your queen. I actually can take and bishop G3, an insane move. Oh, no. Wait a second, guys. Wait a second. I just noticed the counter brilliant move for my opponent. Oh my goodness. If they defend and I go for this here, thinking to myself, okay, you got to move your queen and I take your rook and I'm happy. Look at this. Queen takes F7. I have to take and then they checkmate me with the rook. Okay, they didn't play it. They didn't play it. Maybe they didn't see it. I don't know. They went for this instead. What is happening with this move? Let's see. Check here, and then I would come in this way, maybe. This is nuts, guys. Here, if they take with the pawn, I'm happy. If they take with the rook, I don't like it. Knight H2. Can I even play Knight H2? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Check. King moves over, I guess. Because if they go in the corner and I take, actually they could just trade and then take my bishop. Man, I really thought I had more of an attack. Maybe I don't. That's really sad. That is really sad if this is all I have here. Okay, I don't know what to do at this point. I'm running out of tricks. Nope, that doesn't work. Let's see, rook e8 maybe to try to sack the bishop, to sack the rook for the bishop. That's an idea. If they take me, that's maybe pretty good. Yeah, maybe rook e8. We have to keep piling on the pieces somehow. Cheese vibes. Cheese vibes. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. All right, so what's the game plan here, guys? We're going to sack this because the bishop is defending our big threat on f2. So we want to sack it and take that. Alternatively, we could just like trade, and then jump the queen in and try to sneak in over here with the queen bishop battery. So we've got a couple different ideas. Got a couple different ideas. Okay, he's going to let me do it. He's going to let me do it. So if I take it, if he takes with the rook, all right, we're happy. We do this, we win. Okay, he's got to take with the pawn. So you take with the pawn, I go here, go there, I go here. You have to go back. I go here, you go here. I mean, it's got to be winning. It's just got to be winning. I don't even think I need to calculate that. Let's go. Sometimes you got to play chess on instinct. You just have to trust that it's there. Trust that it's a brilliant move. Although I should point out, you should play chess for like a few years, quite a few years before you try to play on instinct, because you don't really have instincts when you first start chess. So just, I don't want people to just like, Nelson just said sack all my pieces and it'll work out. So it probably won't work out. All right. It's all going to come crashing down for white, I think. We just have so many pieces attacking the king. Like, all of these pieces are attacking the king. And he has like 2 defending, sort of, and some pawns. These guys remind me to show you guys the line, though, with the queen coming out, because if they would have played that earlier, I don't know what I was going to do. I think they probably saw what I saw and then didn't see their brilliant follow-up. But I mean, that would have been such a nice find for white. Okay, so check. And we go here, checkmate, right? And if they try to run, what happens? Check here, check here. I also have this. So I also have this. Hold on. And this. Hold on. Check here. Check here. We win a queen. We at least win a queen. At least. At bare minimum, we win a queen. And best case is I notice a checkmate. I'm still looking for that one. Probably should take the queen, because I don't see a checkmate. Probably should take the queen. Oh, wait a second. Now I see checkmate. Oh, oh, brilliance. Yes. Yes. 2 brilliance. 2 brilliance. 55. All right. All right. All right. Okay, this is going to be a fun game to analyze. This is going to be a really fun one. So we get this position, which Stockfish does say it's better for white, roughly by a pawn. They're up a pawn. Okay, but Stockfish has to defend it perfectly. So d4, bishop d6, rook e1. Everything was great. Knight to g4. So first things first, Greek gift sacrifice. If they go back, oh, going back is the only winning move for white? What? How do they stop this? Queen f3. Stockfish is going to run. Stockfish is going to play queen f3 and run. I told myself there's no way they could do this and survive, because I thought for sure we would have something here, but bishop e3 just blocks. My queen is under attack and this is under attack. Wow. So this is a situation where the Greek gift does not work. So here's the thing about the Greek gift. It's it's the same concept every time, but it always is affected by like the little details in the position. So that's why it's so tricky. It's not like you can always play it and win, or you always play it and they can always defend. Like it just always depends if there's some little like detail. And in this case, there was this little line where they could do that, block the thing, and somehow they're fine. Wow, that's amazing. Sometimes the rook is still on f1, which I think makes the Greek gift stronger because they wouldn't be able to run. Like in this line, right? Imagine if the rook is still here, it's just checkmate. So that's just something to keep an eye on. Wow, I was worried about this. But Stockfish says queen d6 check. Then you swing over here and you're going to be in a better position. Oh. See, in my mind, I was like, I can't go to g5. So Stockfish says, yeah, just do this maneuver. Very interesting. Okay, so that's the Greek gift. Good thing I didn't play that. Knight g4 is a pretty good move. They played the best one. So here's what I was thinking on g3. I was going to take it, which Stockfish says, yes, that's pretty good. And that loses. Check. This is what I was going to show you guys. Check. You can't go here because of this skewer, my bishop. So you have to go back. Then I could sack. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Now, here it's obviously going to be winning because of the bishop, but this is the one move that I was wondering about. I was thinking of, oh, bishop g4. Yeah, I would have definitely seen this in the game. Bishop g4 hits the queen, then you're threatening checkmate here. You win. Okay, so that's if they would have played g3. We had them. They played the best move, h3. Queen h4, best move. Yes, yes, it was queen f3. This is what I was going to show you guys. Queen f3, look at this. This is amazing. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, brilliant move. Knight takes f2. Let's go. You take me. Boom, we go here. Counter, brilliant move from my opponent. Queen takes f2, check. This is a mating pattern you want to be familiar with. You sack the queen with the bishop, forces the rook to come up, and then this is check. It's a back rank checkmate because the rook can't go back because it's pinned. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. So, but wait a second. We're not done yet. Stockfish says, okay, so you don't go there, you go here. You go here to lure the king away so you can win the queen. Same thing if it goes here, you win the queen. So then it forces the king here. Now, why are we doing that? Wait, what? I'm sorry. What? Oh! Do you guys see what's going on here? Oh my god. Okay. I gotta calm down. The king on f1 means now we can do this because that brilliant tactic that I just showed you, it's check. It's check to the king, so they can't checkmate me. What in the world? So they have to do this and we just win because we won their queen. So I could have done my idea, but I would have had to notice that I had to throw in this to force the king over first, which I don't know if I was going to see that. I don't think I would have noticed that. Wow. This is blowing my mind right now. But wait, so Stockfish is like, it's okay, just move the queen over here. Only move for white. Now I'm going to sacrifice here. Only move for black. If they take me, they're going to be in a losing position because I'm going to get this attack. So they have to play rook e3. Don't ask me what in the world is going on. Then I bring my rook over. And then they take this. And I take this. And they go queen f2. And somehow it's a draw. If you follow all these lines, it's a draw somehow. I don't know why. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. So all that to say, queen f3 was what white should have played. If they were, going to see all that stuff. Oh, man, that is ridiculous. And so because of that, Stockfish actually wouldn't have taken this. They would have played a5, of course. a5, because that really seems like the move that fits this position. Just, there's this, and there's this, and this, and this. We're trying to attack on the king side, but let's play a5, because, anyway. So in the game, bishop e3. Man, what? That is crazy. It's so crazy. That is so crazy. All right. Bishop here. The best move in this position is bishop h2 check. If they run this way, then we can go back to f4. Wow. Trying to get them to do this so we can jump in with the fork. Okay. So if they go king f1, which is what I was worried, then we can still go back to f4. This is so fascinating to me because they can't do this because checkmate. So it's like you throw in this little check just to make their king move one square. Then you go do something else. Wow. Okay. What did I play in the game? I've even forgotten what happened now. I've just lost my mind. Oh, I played Rook e8. Yeah. Again, it's losing, but only if they play queen f3. They have one move. They have to play this. They have to get the queen there to start creating their own threats and at the same time defending. But now it takes away my sacrifice because checkmate. That's the move they needed to see and they would win. They didn't see it. They played knight c3, which allows for my first brilliant. Get rid of the defender, right? This is the only piece that was kind of defending their position. And then it was just a question of coming in the right way. Queen g3, brilliant because we leave our knight. So we actually have checkmate on with both pieces defending the queen, essentially. Then we go in. Yep. Check. And then mate. Nice. What a game. That was a good game. Man. That is crazy. That is so crazy. All right, guys. I need to run. That's a good game to end on. That's a very good game to end on. Two brilliant moves. Beautiful checkmate. White had that amazing thing if they would have found it. Hope you guys have a good week. I will see you in the next video. Yeah. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, super chats. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Thanks, Steve and Rob, for being here. And yeah, see you guys next time.